Good morning and Jai Hind to my dear students. How are you all? Hope you are doing very good and enjoying your online classes. I am Oishi ma'am, the LS teacher. So in this class of LS today, we will be discussing briefly about the RFP book, Bukasura. This book we have for the half annual examinations, and the author of this book is Arundhati Venkatesh, and it is published by Scholastic. Now this book is divided into 11 chapters. Okay, this book is divided into 11 chapters, and today in this class I will be discussing about the first 5 chapters. Okay, from page number 5 to page number 47. From summer holidays begin to in the garden, which is ending in page number 47. So page 5 to page 47. Now let's come to the story. The story is about a little boy whose name is Bala. And Bala is a very imaginative boy. What do we mean by imaginative? He wants and he loves to imagine things, and he loves reading books. He's a very bookaholic, bookworm. Okay, bookaholic boy. That means he loved reading storybooks, and he imagined all sorts of imaginary characters that he always used to read in the books. And recently Bala's family is blessed with a little baby girl, and the book starts with a notation that Bala enters the room and he says, "Mama, I want to buy a book as I have finished reading Moin and the Monster." And the next part he wanted to buy is Moin and the Songster. So he was super excited to tell his parents that please buy me this book. Then he realized that his mother or Amma is very busy with the little baby sister of Bala, and she is feeding the baby, she is burping the baby, she is making her sleep, and all sorts of things. So Bala felt a little bit unimportant or unwanted in the family, and then his father also came. Over here, father is known as Appa. So Appa also came and he wanted to pinch the little baby girl, but then Mama said, "No, don't do now because your hands are not washed." And then slowly the parents moved to another room and they were discussing about something. So Bala was very inquisitive and he peeped through the keyhole. You know what is a keyhole, children? In the door, sometimes you put the lock, you put the key, so you put the key in the hole to unlock the door. So that small space is known as the keyhole, where you insert the key to unlock the door. So he peeped through the keyhole like this, and then he heard or overheard the parents that they were having a something of a discussion that where will Bala go, because it's a holiday, it's a summer vacation time in the school. So Appa is busy in the office, Amma is busy with the little girl. So who will play with Bala, and where will Bala go and play with? So these are the things that were going on. Then he realized, oh, the discussion is about me. So this is what happens in the first chapter. Okay, next chapter we come is the book eating baby. Now, as I told you, Bala is a very imaginative boy, and he loves reading books, and he loves his books also. He cannot or he does not want to share his books with anyone. So suddenly he saw that one of the books was missing. So he looked here and there and realized that the little baby has already taken the book, and he started chewing the book. Now children, little children don't know which thing they should put inside the mouth and which they should not. So Bala even felt that this little baby is like a monster and she was eating my books, and the paper stuck out of her mouth like fangs. You know fang, what is fang? When it's sticking out of the mouth. So Bala felt like these are the fangs that the baby is inserting in the mouth. It is looking like a fang. and the Bala was more possessive about the books. And what happened that the pages were lost, and his parents were concerned about what will happen to the baby if she has swallowed some pages. So one was bringing some water for the baby to drink, and the mother, she was taking the baby to the washroom so that she will not have any infection due to the books or the pages that went inside her stomach. And then Appa said that, because it's a summer vacation now, and you will be going to Melagam. Melagam is a name of a place, and that is where his grandparents' house is. So he will be going to Melagam with uncle uncle Navneet and aunt Kala. So they have their house at Melagam. So the next day they will be taking Bala along with them to Melagam. To their utter surprise, Bala was not upset at all. In fact, he was happy. Why? Because he felt that if he stayed back, his baby sister will eat his books. So instead, he kept all his books locked up in the cupboard, and he started watching the TV. Now, like our mothers say, what do our mothers say if we watch a lot of movies, a lot of serials, or what a lot of cartoons in the TV? Mama says what? Put off the TV and don't, it'll hurt your eyes. You will have to wear thick specs and everything, isn't it? So Bala's parents also was same like our parents. So Bala's mother did not approve of the fact that you will watch the TV. So she was grumbling. That means she was saying, no, this is not right. And at that time, father came, or Appa came, and said that you have to go to Melagam, to your grandparents' house. And he was very happy to it. And he said, okay, I'm very happy. I'm ready for it. I'll be carrying 10 thin books to Melagam along with my clothes and other things. So with this note, the second chapter ends, and the third one is Melagam. So Bala along with uncle Navneet and aunt Kala boarded the bus. Here we find another character, that is conductor Velu. Conductor Velu is a person who gives the ticket in exchange of the money. Okay, so they were traveling from one place to another place, and they need the ticket has to begin, and conductor was a person who gives the ticket in exchange of the money received from Bala. So he went with Navneet uncle and Kala auntie to Melagam, and on the bus they were discussing about various things, like what will they do when they reach over there at Melagam. They were discussing about mangoes and jackfruits, and that about the composting and manuring, and the fish pond that needs to be cleaned, and all those activities which they planned to do together. Now over there, conductor Velu also asked Bala about his little sister. And then Bala felt that why is everyone asking about my sister? Why they can't talk to me as I exist, or I myself? Okay, so uh, Kala auntie also asked the same question to Bala, to which Navneet uncle said, I am present. I mean, Bala was present over there, so ask something to Bala instead. So now to Bala, Navneet uncle seemed to be a very pleasant man. So slowly they reached their destination, and his Bala's grandfather, that is Raghu Tata. In they say grandfather as Tata. So Raghu Tata was waiting for them, and as Bala boarded off the bus, he quickly ran and hugged him, because they met after a long time and the summer vacation has begun. And he went to his grandparents' house, and he was very happy. And at the same time, Raghu Tata was also very happy that Bala has come over there. So we find a very good bonding with Raghu Tata, between Raghu Tata and Bala. And just when he boarded off the bus, Bala said that I want to hear a story. Please, Tata, please tell me, Raghu Tata. Raghu Tata said, wait, let's go to the house. Ammu Pati is waiting for us. Okay, so they went inside the house, and Over here, Pati means grandmother. Okay, so Ambupati is waiting for us, and when they entered, as usual, like our grandfathers and grandmothers, they pamper us, they love us, and they want to feed us everything. Same way, Bala's grandmother Ambupati was a very affectionate old lady, and she always said that Bala is reducing, he is not gaining any fat, and he is always looking thin, like our grandparents or our grandmothers always look at us and say. So she made a lots of good food and all the favorite things of Bala, and started feeding him till he could take no more. Few names were given as Mysore Pak. Mysore Pak is a name of a famous sweet. Okay, it's a name of a famous sweet that is very famous in South India. Okay, so it's a very famous sweet, and Bala loved eating that. Okay, so he overfed him, and then he could not move an inch, and slowly he went to Raghu Tata, and over there he said that, please Tata, now I am full, my stomach is full, and I want to hear stories, please tell me the story. Now Raghu Tata continued with it. With this, we come to end of third chapter, and we enter the fourth chapter, that is Bakasura. Now, Bakasura is the story which Raghu Tata told Bala. Now, what is the story all about? It is Raghu Tata told Bala that in the olden times, or in many years back, in the time of Mahabharata, when there was a village, near that village is a name of a place, that is Eka Chakra. In that place lived a demon, a monster, who was, the name of that monster was Bakasura, Bakasura, Bakasura. So he was a very evil monster, and he used to eat everything he saw to satisfy his hunger. He used to eat crops, he used to eat the villages, he used to eat men, women, cattle, livestock, everything he could feel like, he felt like eating. So all the people were very worried about themselves, that what will happen to us. So the leader of the village, or the sarpanch, we normally call them, the leader of the village, he said that, okay, this cannot go on for a longer time. So what will we do? Every day we will send one person from every family carrying a cart full of goods, food items. Okay, all sorts of food items we'll take, and we'll give it to Bakasura, so that the Bakasura will not come inside the village and destroy the village. Understood, children? So every day one person from one family used to go to Bakasura. He used to drive the cart full of foods and everything, and he used to go there, and the Bakasura used to eat him up. So Kunti, along with his 5 sons, you know the Kunti from the Mahabharata. And who were the 5 sons? Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. These 5 children Kunti had, and they were going to exile. So they stayed there for a day, and at that time he stayed in a house where there was a woman who was crying like this. And then Kunti asked, why are you crying, what happened? She said that she told all about this demon, or the monster Bakasura, and said that it was his son's turn to go the next day carrying the cart full of goods. So she was very sad, because this will be the last day she was spending with her son, because next day onwards her son will be gone, and she will not be able to see him again. So Kunti said, don't worry, wait, I have 5 sons and you have only one son. So I will send one of my son, and Bhim is the strongest of all. So I will send my son, you don't need to send your son. So the woman said, no, you are our guest. How can I send you and your sons? Then Kunti said, don't worry, I am telling you. My son is the strongest. Bhim will go in place of your son, and he will just kill the monster. And the woman was very happy. And the next day, as it was planned, Bhim carried the full cart of food and everything and went to Bakasura. Just near the cave of Bakasura, he stood and he waited for him, and he waited and waited, and Bakasura did not come out. So what happened? Bhim was feeling very hungry. So the food he got, or food he brought from the village for Bakasura, he ate the food. And oh, this was a sound that, that comes out of our stomach when we are stomach full, we cannot eat anything. So that is known as burping or belching. Belching means to let out the air from your stomach in a very sound or a very noisy way. So that is belching. And when that sound came out, all the birds and the animals, they all flew away, they ran away. Okay, and from that sound, Bakasura, actually that sound made Bakasura get up from his sleep, and he stretched himself and came out to see the food was already there in front of him. And he saw that the cart was empty, and Bhim was standing in front, and he said, "Who has eaten my food?" Then Bhim said, "I have eaten, because I came here with the food and you were sleeping and I was hungry, so I ate the food. So what's the big deal?" "How can you eat my food?" "Okay, no problem. If you have eaten my food, I will eat your food, or I will eat you." So Bakasura said this to Bhim. Now Bhim said, "What? You want to eat me?" "No? Then have and come and fight with me." Then Bakasura said, "Okay, I will fight with you." And then what happened? There was a a big fight took place between the Bakasura and the Bhim. And one threw the big branches of tree, and Bhim moved as if they were twigs of the tree, and there was a big fight, and ultimately Bhim was victorious. And what did he do? He tied Bakasura on the cart and brought him to the village. Okay, so every villager was very happy with Bhim that he was able to conquer and demolish or defeat the monster or the big Bakasura. Okay, so with this, Raghu Tata ended his story, and Bala started imagining whom? Bakasura. How he would look like if he would have been in front of him. How would he look like? So today this will be also your homework, that you will imagine how you want Bakasura to be. Like Bala imagined Bakasura like this. See, with a big mustache and horns on his head, and he's eating the cow, and see the entire village is in front of. This is how Bala have imagined. So you will imagine how the Bakasura looks like in your own imagination, and you will draw it and you will color it, and you will send that picture to me on my personal WhatsApp window. And you know my number, I hope. If you don't remember my number, don't worry. I am telling you right now. It's 9453001892. So you will be sending your own version of Bakasura after reading this book. So once you read it, you will see, you will hear the description, you will read the description, and from your imagination you will be drawing a Bakasura, you will be coloring it, and you will be sending it to me. So with this we end the 4th chapter and we come to the 5th chapter, that is in the garden. Now in the garden, what happened after reading the story? Raghu Tata along with Bala, they went to Navneet uncle's house, because as they have promised, they have discussed in the bus that they will be doing a lot of activities in the summer, in the vacation time. So Bala came and he carried his books along with him, because he was very unsure and he was very possessive about the books, that I don't want to keep it anywhere, I don't want to take any risk, I will carry those books along with me wherever I go. So they went to Navneet uncle's house, but Navneet uncle was not feeling good because of the traveling or any exhaustion or any sort of things. He was not feeling good, so he told Bala that go and stroll. Stroll means to walk lazily. So you walk in the garden and you will find beautiful trees and everything. You go and look at Look at those yourself. But Kala auntie said that please don't go near the well. So Bala said, why Kala auntie said that way? But anyways, I will take a round in the garden. And there were lots and lots of trees of mangoes and jackfruit, which looked like armadillos. Uh, he was taking a round and looking here and looking there, and suddenly, without him realizing, he was just in front of the well. That same well Kala auntie said not to go near. And he just peeped inside. Peeped inside means jhuk ke dekhna. So he peeped inside and saw his own reflection. So he threw a stone inside, and there were ripples. Ripples means when you drop a stone in the water. Have you seen the water just just waves? The waves go like this, so that is ripples of the water. So he threw a stone inside and saw ripples of the water. And then he said that, okay, I'm sitting here alone, so let me take out a storybook from my bag and read it. So as he opened his storybooks to read it, there was a flash in the sky, and then he froze. Froze means he looked at this way, this expression. Why? Because something must have happened. Now I'll stop here, and if you want to know what happened, read the book, or else you have to stay tuned till the next week's class of LS. So, remember, children, about your homework about painting a beautiful picture of Bakasura and sending it to me, and I will be waiting for your beautiful drawing and paintings. I don't want a black and white Bakasura. I want a colorful one, and I want everyone to see this video, read the book, and then reply me. Thank you and Jai Hind. Bye bye, children.